everybody. Welcome to From My Perspective podcast. I'm HB, beautiful Sheila, and that's D over there.
What up?
How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Minus the bullshit, life's great.
Listen, I'm every now and then God give us a little one liner for us to laugh about. You know, when the white people start arguing amongst on social media, it's great. You know the old pimp and the Elon say, I paid for all this.
Now he in the Epstein files.
Listen, he like, you better be quiet. Hey, but he don't understand, boy. Trump been around the way for a long time, dog. He is the original con artist.
And got his ass too. Gotcha, bitch.
Right.
Got his ass too.
Listen, he ain't gonna open them files. We're gonna have to wait till the next president on the air. He telling everything. JFK, Martin Luther King. Not his shit though. Sheila, how you been, boo?
I'm good. How you doing?
How you been? Your birthday just passed.
Yes, the big 4-8.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
yes.
Thank you.
You've been out in these streets like for the first time in a long time because of you. How was it?
It was good. I had fun. Enjoyed my little get together, and then Puerto Rico was fun. I went hiking into a rainforest. I had some fun.
You know, it's amazing. And I just want to throw this out. This is just my opinion. I might be wrong. Excuse me. When you're at this age, and I guess you go through a divorce, and you know you reclaiming yourself, you really go out and appreciate the small things, the good things. Why is it when you're married or you in a relationship, a bunch of women go out, and they use it for on girls' trip? You know what I mean? They use it for other things. What you say, D?
Lost.
When, for instance, if you know how chicks go out on girl trips, how many times we done went out and we done met chicks from other places and spaces that came from out of town back in the days?
What do you think? So what you're saying is like why women do the same thing?
Hey, oh my gosh.
Y'all on something else.
Hey, go ahead, Sheila. I like how you caught that. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean,
she knew what I was talking about back in the days, but I don't want people to perceive it wrong.
He just got to it late. It's like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. I mean, it was some girls with me, but everybody's interests were a little different. For me, I just wanted to explore a little bit, so that's what I did. I really wasn't interested in going to meet nobody.
Well, that was my point. It just comes, boy, we got a sighting. Boy, we got Trump and Elon arguing, and then we got Pat Bonner out in these streets. What in the hell? Hey, Sheila, that's my long lost cousin. Don't pay him no mind.
Yeah, don't wave at that horn ass.
Oh,
yeah. My Charleston white voice. Yeah. No, we ain't doing none of that.
That boy, oh wow. Got it.
Nope. We
That's my dog. Oh man.
You being real worldly right now.
I'm very
worldly. You supposed to ease your pinky toe in, man. You back out. Anyway, go ahead, Sheila. I'm sorry. What did you do in Puerto Rico?
I went to the El Yunque rainforest. We hiked like 500 feet. I think the park was like 3,000 some square feet, but we hiked about 500 feet. I mean, it was cool. I jumped.
How was that?
40 feet. I mean, it was cool.
I'm an old nigga. I ain't doing
For
nothing.
some people, it might not be, but like I've always wanted to go into like a rainforest, so that was something that was on my bucket list. So, I hiked a little bit, and
that is definitely a guy's trip versus a girl's trip.
Right.
What? Hiking.
Yeah. I learned about.
I ain't bring no shoes that could get dirty. Talking about hiking.
But I learned about like plant. It's everybody different. I learned about plants, what they use in the wood to clean themselves when they in the woods, if they camping, different kind of bugs to eat. I wouldn't eat the bugs. I learned about different plants. They had poisonous plants. There were snakes out there. It was like wildlife. So,
man, take me to the people who don't speak English and they dance and
they didn't speak English. It was Spanish people that took me in there.
Yeah, no. I want to go to the
I went to La Placita.
Yeah, there we go.
I went to La Placita. That was fun. It was club hopping.
Okay, so that's what I was talking about. Like, hey, you ain't get
well in the streets.
So over in Jamaica, they call a nigga Winston. You ain't meet El Nino?
Nah.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, gotcha.
No. It didn't happen like that for me, but
No. Niece went?
No. Just me.
Moving along.
Stella letting her feet be led, man. She ain't.
I'm gonna tell y'all, like I say this, I really think that I'm like hidden in plain sight, because where people think that like guys try to talk to me all the time, that don't necessarily happen.
I know.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. And like I'm not bothered by it. Don't bother me. I feel like if I'm meant to meet somebody, I'll meet them.
You definitely will. So, Sheila, go ahead.
How smart BB be. We ain't stupid. That
Today,
like a lot of work. You gotta have your shit together.
Right.
Yeah, they'd be like, yeah, no. Yeah.
So why they say yeah, no? Like, what is it? Why?
Well, he just said it. Listen,
gonna be a lot of work.
You kind of like the what people used to. They used to like Atlanta. Like for every 5 chick, it's you know what I'm saying. Like it's easy breezy. We ain't got to do too much. You know what I'm saying. You on what I'm on. Either you coming up on that phase, or you tired and you just want a good. You know what I'm saying. So they can kind of come in between and pretend a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And pretend, lie a little bit. If you're a real one, you ain't even got to lie. You can tell the truth and you'll still do what you do. But that's a whole nother topic for itself. But yeah, you just look like, yeah, nah. You might come up with that's all. Listen, that's all the player got for you. Like, yeah, no, like.
But what does that even mean? I'm trying to understand what you say. What does the yeah nah mean? Like,
it's a compliment.
It is. It's a real.
So I look like a lot of work.
It meaning that
he got to do a lot of work on himself.
Have good intentions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
So if he don't have the right intentions and he coming up to speak, yeah.
No.
That part, it's like
like the yeah is like, oh, I see her, and then the no is like, I see her.
Oh, hey, how you do? Oh, you one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and that's what? That's a good thing. That's a protection barrier. So again, the topic of the day, I'll let you lead it up. Go ahead, Pimp.
Oh.
Why you do that? You be killing me with that.
Me or Dietrich?
You.
Oh, Hold on.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We didn't do our homework, man. It's like this.
I didn't listen.
I don't never have no notes.
I literally I fell in the house. I might have missed the notes.
Okay, so our previously conversation for the last 2 weeks, we were talking about a situation pertaining of what it was of women were complaining about what it looks like. Why don't it looks like black men don't protect them out in the streets?
Okay.
Yeah. So, and Dietrich had again, it was a good perspective, and I felt the same way. And you kind of asked y'all gonna watch the video, but basically what happened was I think it was a situation where a chick got into it with her dude or something. Yeah. And the dude came to intervene.
I don't even know if it was really her dude in the video.
Yeah, but dude came to intervene, and he ended up going to jail, and the chick can't speak up and be like, yeah, that's what it looked like. Or just pretty much a lot of times people be killing people, and you be like, it's some family members I ain't gonna die for. I don't even know you. It depends on what it is, because some people real toxic. Yeah. Real toxic. I done seen somebody fight in the club, girl get hauled off, get punched in the face, holding her face, all that, getting drugged out, and then I'm leaving in the car hunching. That was way too much for me.
Some people have some things that
listen.
That was part of the foreplay. Bitch,
I was just about to say that's what happened. Yeah.
Hit me harder.
Listen. Listen. I mean, I had an ex. We didn't exactly go through that. I used to do some toxic stuff, but it used to be we used to argue, and she'll take my alcohol and pour it down the drain, or she'll cut up my clothes, and then we'll argue, and then we'll have passionate sex. Then the next day she go buy my liquor. It was just crazy. Yeah,
it's definitely toxic.
Yeah, I used to do some, I was telling you, I used to do some real toxic stuff. I had an ex-girlfriend, we was always off and on again, and this one time she called herself, she's not gonna talk to me no more, and I waited for at least a week and a half, and I kind of opened the door and came in, and the nigga was sitting in, his head was in her lap, and I was like, oh, hey. Walked in, opened up the refrigerator, and she just put her head down. She was like, why do you do this?
Who was not supposed to be there?
Right. I went in the room, and she was like, how can I move on when you do stuff like this? And I was like, yeah, no, we ain't doing none of this.
So you weren't supposed to be there?
Because he blew past the question. He blew past the question, right? Because I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the story.
Yeah, we would call ourselves broke up. She was like, look, this not working. You want to do this, and you don't want to settle down. I'm tired of you playing. And I agree at the time, because I don't want to argue.
You had something lined up.
Give me a break. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It give me a break.
Got something lined up. Okay, that's fine. You want to do
that part? Give me look. I had a little something in to put in some work. I had to go put in some work a little bit. After I was just bored. You kind of men do. We have what y'all call it? Intuition. Yeah. So I just pulled up yo. And she had a gate community and everything. Dude knew me what's up? Hey, Mr. Brown. Hey, bam. Went in. I was gonna call, I did call, but I called and hung up. So you can't say. That was real smart.
Mama?
Right?
Oh my.
Hey, mama.
Mom.
We not going against you, baby.
But listen,
she with us.
And I told homeboy, this one personal against you. It never is personal against the dude.
How did you feel about that though, Harold? That made you feel?
I was an asshole.
Oh, okay.
Remember, me and him was having a conversation. And we were saying it's certain things that we got away with, other people just didn't. No, real talk. Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah. So yeah, we were just
my parents say something you don't know what they're talking about either. But hey, mom.
Hey, mom.
Hey, mom. This the wrong conversation for you to be in.
What's the time frame for when y'all broke up and he was laying in her lap.
A good tour. And to be honest, I'm not totally, like, I wasn't mad because
No, but what was the time frame? What was the time frame?
I don't know, like 3 weeks, something like that.
That was y'all girl.
Oh,
listen, hey, I wasn't arguing. Absolutely,
that was y'all girl.
But you know, my point was when I walked in and it wasn't no why you here, and we go in the room. That's the wrong time for the conversation.
Come back in a few minutes, Mom. We'll be finished with the story.
Hey, listen, real quick, and yeah, I was like, he stayed. She was like, well, he was supposed to do. I was like, that's weird, but okay.
Wait a minute. I missed the last part. What happened?
So he stayed, and you.
After I went in the room, because that was the point. At first, I did it just to see if she was going to kind of say no. If she would have really said no, I wouldn't have. But yeah, no, she didn't say no. She let me.
And dog was on the couch still?
Listen, and I hit one of the opening the doors with the zipping my pants up, going to the bathroom.
Bye.
I homeboy, be easy. I left a bottle here. Y'all probably drunk it. It's all right. Yeah. No issue with him.
What up, dog?
But my point was, I was that type of toxic. Like, I was real toxic. Like, yeah, like, girl got on my nerves. I flooded with a whole lot of stuff to say, and then love bomb and just come and then disappear. Like, yeah, you're gonna stop playing with me.
So you was playing with minds and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like when they be playing. Like, don't play with me, man. I ain't had no conscience. You can't beat nobody who don't have no conscience. Real talk. Back then, I had no conscience.
That's a great point.
So I need y'all to understand, boys and girls. This is not in my this is when when I say no conscience, like, yeah, look you right in your eye. You know I love you, right? Eyes rolling on the side of the ear.
Nothing wrong.
Hey, I just like that thing got wetter. All right, enough about the story. My bad.
Where your wine at? You look scared like mama. Where your wine at?
I don't have no wine. I'm good. I'm really good. I'm just listening.
Hey, God has delivered me.
That's good though. I'm glad.
It is.
Because that's a lot of work. That's a lot of stress. That's a lot.
It's not with a person who don't have no conscience.
You're right.
At all.
He processed it as long as it took him to zip his pants up and get back in the car.
She'll be all right. Cause guess what? In my future voice, I couldn't be that bad. You still saw me later on.
See, you couldn't have tried me like that. I came in there and zipped my pants down too. Hey, y'all think this is?
I mean, she just come in there.
What to do? Leave? That means you punk me.
I don't know. It depends on how much it depends on how much I like you. And a lot of times I ain't like people that much anyway. So, yeah.
Oh.
That's why it's always safe to go to your own house. Go to your own house.
Listen, you can't be playing.
Get you killed out here, boy. You got a key. Clearly, you got a key because you just walked in.
Hold on. And you know what? Let me tell you how blonde I am. So this was after college. This, kind of mid-grown before I had Kobe. Well, no, a little bit after I had Kobe. My college days, back in the day in college, we called them what? Locals. So I had this chick I was messing with, older chick. She picked me up, take me to her house. We over there chilling. We ain't doing nothing yet. She had a little boy. We chilling. All of a sudden, I hear the ring, 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 ring. The house phone, boy. The house phone ain't stopped. She had to pull the thing out. I was like, you good? She was like, oh, yes, the dad. He acts up sometimes. Okay. Watching a little TV. We watching a little Jerry Springer at night. She's like, just go in the room and don't say nothing. All right, I'll play the game. Go back in the room. He leaves. She takes a shower. She come in the room. We getting ready. Swear to God, all I heard was crash. The nigga busted in the window. The whole window in his son room. She jumps up butt naked, goes to him. He sees me. He's like, oh, you one of them Cookman niggas. You one of them niggas. I'm so slow. I ain't even like, I'm just pulling up my pants like, nah. He grabbed her and the kid. They leave. Now, know who came and got me? You know James Adderley? So James Adderley, a bunch of football players, they come. They looking at the window. They like, B, you all right? I'm like, yeah. They was like, nigga, where he at? I don't know. How about 2 hours later, she called the room, talk about come back.
You went.
How about my dumb self almost went back?
Let's say you went back. You went back.
Listen, the word I use, perspective, they was like, homeboy, it's still no window. If she's back to the house, he obviously know that she's trying to get back in that house for something, to stay there for something. I was like, yeah, you got a good point. That's one you ain't got to hit. Like, let that go.
Never saw me again. You hear me? Neither one of them situations would have never saw me again.
My dog, I think besides my arrogance, it was just my common sense at the time. I just thought I was kind of not really untouchable. I just thought like it wasn't that serious.
You gotta stop.
And again, it wasn't that serious to me because I didn't have any emotional attachment. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, I'm like, y'all niggas out here around here trying to kill over this, until it happened to me for real. But
when you called me, I told you, I said, you ain't lost yet. When I told you, I said, you ain't lost yet.
You shut up, boy.
Oh Lord,
Woo, you sure did. Listen,
I
don't want no hurt. Like, boy, that it. And lost my mama. That thing came in threes. My granddaddy. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to the first video, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking back. I'm off school board. So I'm a little chatty catty. Let's go.
You want me to provide safety for you, but you cannot reciprocate it for me. I deserve to feel safe too. A number of black men internally, their internal world is not safe. And yet you want me to provide you with safety that I don't even know for myself. When I say to you that you've harmed me, you give me this rigmarole, that's not safe. When I tell you I'm tired, you get so wrapped up in your responses that you don't even give me the space to be fucking tired. That's not safe. I say to you that I don't feel connected to you. I say to you that you are not meeting my emotional needs. I say to you that I do not feel the way that you talk to me is uplifting and you continue to do it. That's not safe. But yet you want me to continue to go out in this world and come back and do all of this stuff. You don't want me. You want your idea of me. And if I don't fit that idea, you begin rejecting me. That's not safe. You.
Yeesh. Amen. I'm gonna let you go first, Sheila.
So
that was deep.
It was deep. And like I understand, because I do feel like women say a lot of things about their feelings and emotions. The problem, or the reason why I think that we can't really discuss men the way this man just expressed himself is because there's a lot of men that don't express themselves the way he just did. I think if a lot of men open their hearts and their mind to express themselves, to say like, hey, you're hurting me. This is what you're doing to me. You want me to provide this for you, but you're not doing the same for me. I think if we heard that more, might be a little different. Now,
how many times you got to hear it first?
To be honest, I really just think it depends on the person you pick, because if you pick a selfish person, if you pick a woman that's selfish, that only cares about her feelings and her emotions and her thoughts and her wants and her needs, a man is going to spend the rest of his life trying to compensate for that. If there is no regard for him, just as well as if he's not commanding that from her just as well as she's commanding it from him, you won't see it. That's what I think. That's my opinion.
D. You didn't have to do that, dog. It's all right. God damn.
No, but do talk about it though, because I think you took your head off because it resonates. So say.
I ain't got a haircut, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's
fresh.
That part.
I be trying to make sure I say things the right way. I shouldn't have to keep repeating myself. It shouldn't have to get to him saying what he just said, because what he just said is a accumulation of all of the things I've already said. And my understanding from what he said is that it's been happening for a long time.
Yeah, he's tired. He sounds
tired. What you hear now is tired.
Mm-hmm.
What you hear now is exhausted. What you hear now is I have nothing left. What you hear now is
how to repeat
my cup is empty.
Mm-hmm.
So for women, if you listen, then you've heard all of this before. And if you understand most male makeups and how a man is raised, you're taught to not have emotions. You're taught to be strong. You're taught to be aggressive. And sometimes you sassy when you communicate. I want a man who can communicate till you got a man who can communicate. Because now you feel like you got to defend yourself.
I think a woman only feels like she has to defend herself when a man is communicating, if he's not communicating in the same way and tone that guy just did. There are a lot of men that communicate, and they communicate in an aggressive manner.
So you want to tell us how to communicate now too, right?
I'm just saying, if you don't want us yelling and cussing, right?
So let me jump in.
You see, that was your interpretation of what I said. I never said nothing by cursing. I never said by yelling. I just said it was an accumulation.
And I appreciate you doing that, because that's what happens. A lot of women project. So let me start off.
Because I ain't him. I'm not him.
Okay.
First and foremost, I will say this. I will give this new generation much credit. They're able to articulate their feelings. The problem is our generations and generations before us, kind of like what he said, to piggyback, we weren't taught to be able to have emotional intelligence to be able to say these things. And if we did, we emotional, we sassy. You acting like a girl, you in your feelings. You understand? So right then and there, you're testing my manhood. So to answer your question, when you start doing that, yes, we're going to come across aggressive. Because as a man, we only know how to be one or two ways. Either you my woman, and I love you, and I'm going to come to you soft, and I'm going to hold your hand and say, baby, listen, I don't like this, or you my enemy, and I'm going to let you know where you got me effed up at. You understand what I'm saying? And I just think, like I said, this new generation, and to the credit, it's kind of turning around now. Like a lot of women have to answer for things, because now you don't just get your little one word answers and say a little bit too, Lynn, when you said it goes back to both parties. That's another problem. Stop me too in our shit. I don't want to hear nothing about what you, because we've been dealing with decades of y'all.
You ain't no man.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about y'all. We already know what y'all issue is. Right now, we're talking about us. We're talking about, you're saying, again, y'all have intuition for everything else, except for when a nigga mad, sad, horny, or happy.
No, I disagree.
Listen, I agree, but my point is they don't be loud with it. Baby, are you not happy?
Man,
What
I
can
don't
I do
even
better?
believe in intuition.
Every time I
That
turn
shit
around
only
is,
works at the end.
you know, my intuition's telling me you out here. Again, why you so quiet? What's going on with you? What you got? I got things I'm thinking about. I got to do next week, 2 weeks. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is what happens in a situation as a life partner, as a husband. We always have to think about things ahead of time. We don't get to just sit here and just think about this right now. You understand what I'm
Especially about
saying?
shit that ain't important. Like, it might be important to you.
Right.
It only benefits you. I ain't gonna spend a lot of time processing that because I got to make sure everybody good.
Yeah.
So if I could figure out a way to make you what you asking me for in the realm of making sure everybody else straight, then yeah, I can make that happen. But if it's always about you, never about us, never about we, I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
But a woman asking what's wrong is trying to find.
Y'all be knowing what's wrong. You ain't had sex with that man in 14
I
days.
think, but my point to you is he did do that. He expressed.
Right. No, now in his
he literally expressed what his issue is. And he's saying, you want me to protect you, but I don't feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna gloss over that.
No, I'm not.
I'm talking about her. Like
this comment right here.
Yeah. Well, emotional intelligence is more than expressing your feelings. It also entails the recipient to receive what is being.
Got to be responsible for you listening.
I wasn't. I mean,
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying those are the response you give is most of the responses that we get, and it's not really your fault. It's just what comes in your head as a woman that comes along. Because let's be honest, up until now, y'all ain't really know how to process when a man talks to y'all like that. When he says, "Listen, I'm not happy. I don't feel heard. I don't feel."
Still up?
Yeah.
Why you still up?
Yes, Camille.
Why you still up? Have you communicated that you don't feel, a space for you to feel safe? You lay your ass in that bed and be snoring every night. Stop that shit talking about you. I ain't never snored nowhere I ain't feel safe at in my life.
But that's you. Because
you sleep with one eye open when you don't feel safe. Or you don't go to sleep
I think
at all.
what she means by safe is I don't think
she's trying to interpret what she said.
No, because
I've
been there, but I don't think it's safe in the physical sense. Safe in the sense that she is able to talk and communicate.
You redefining safe now?
Yes, I'm defining it.
You redefining it safe.
Yeah,
and I learned.
What did he just say? Can you replay the video? Because he spoke on many levels of safe and security in the video. Like, come on, man.
Of love, and I learned.
Perspective.
You want me to provide safety for you, but you cannot reciprocate it for me. I deserve to feel safe too. A number of black men internally, their internal world is not safe. And yet you want me to provide you with safety that I don't even know for myself. When I say to you that you've harmed me, you give me this rigmarole, that's not safe. When I tell you I'm tired, you get so wrapped up in your responses that you don't even give me the space to be fucking tired. That's not safe. I say to you that I don't feel connected to you. I say to you that you are not meeting my emotional needs. I say to you that I do not feel the way that you talk to me is uplifting and you continue to do it. That's not safe. But yet you want me to continue to go out in this world and come back and do all of this stuff. You don't want me. You want your idea of me. And if I don't fit that idea, you begin rejecting me. That's not safe. You.
I'm listening to
you. Let's describe safety. and what he felt like. Why are you laughing? What he feels like that should look like for him.
I want to
And
say one thing right quick.
He did it in one of the most humblest forms. Like
it's one key thing that he said. I think a lot of people are missing. He said, "You don't get to harm me and not address what you did instead of addressing it, redirecting or changing the narrative."
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women do that. You can't come back on me about some things that I done did some weeks or months ago, because I'm telling you that what you said the other day made me feel belittled or unwanted or unheard. You don't get to say, well, you know what, when we was, you don't get to do that, because we don't do that to y'all. You understand what I'm saying? We have to deal with the situation at hand right then and there. We have to address it and then keep it moving. A lot of women don't know how to do that. Sometimes if you want to help your relationship, ladies, just for a moment, take a moment, get out your feelings and just listen to exactly what your husband is or your man is saying. Process, what is he saying?
Hey, whoever that is, sit right next to
because you are my person. So I'm coming
to you. We ain't scared. Bring your ass. Sit on down on the couch, baby.
It's my daughter. She's doing what you said, Dietrich. She's doing what you said.
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about, niece. Listen, so just process. And then when he stopped, say, baby, what I heard you say was blah, 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 blah. Okay, first, let me address ... Even if you don't have an answer, ladies, the fact that you address it,
acknowledge
everything. It's
acknowledgement.
And not just saying, oh, I work on that. Just say, well, what would you like me to do better? Because guess what he's going to do? He's going to start thinking about things that you have done. He probably going to bring it up too. That's how you bridge the gap. Because we can do this all day.
I want to add this to it, because I think a lot of women feel like they doing things that they not really doing. When the last time you even asked him if he okay? When the last time you asked him if he needs you to help with anything? Because a lot of times, a grown ass man not gonna bring the problem to his people.
Right.
He's trying to figure it out.
Right.
But if you a helpmeet or a partner, it ain't nothing wrong with asking if there's anything I could do. Is it something I could take off your plate? A lot of people don't even check in, but they swear to God, they reciprocate. And I ain't picking on you, Miss Martin. And it ain't really happening, because you think, because men don't, like you said, if we gonna go off the notion of what you said earlier, Sheila, men don't communicate in a safe space, blah, blah, blah. How do I ask to get my, in a safe space? Should I even have to ask?
Wait,
I ain't finished. Should I even have to ask?
No, you shouldn't.
Do you come to me and say, hey, do you need anything from me today? I got X, Y, and Z going on. Before I go do that, I need to make sure you straight before I go do this. So if you ain't got nothing for me, then this is what I'm doing. And if I communicate to you something that I don't like, life is ever changing. Like,
we evolve.
Who I was 2 years ago is not who I am today. So to continue to check on me and stop assuming that you got everything right because I ain't say nothing is weird. Because a lot of times we ain't going to say nothing because we know it's going to start an argument.
Right. But in order for communication to be effective, a man should say something, even if I feel like it. And I get there's some relationships where you would think that that's how it should be, and it's just not. But in order for both parties to get to the point of being able to communicate effectively, a man's got to be able to say what's on his mind. And so a woman, but y'all got to come together and talk about what that looks like for both of you in order for it to work.
You know what? I agree with that, because, and again, in relationships and marriages, sometimes you do get to a point where, and I say this all the time, we all get to a point where we feel like we right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I ain't doing that no more. I ain't budging. And like you said, Sheila, it would behoove any of us to say, because I need to work on that. I need to work on saying some things like, is there something that you need? I tell Q all the time, you're a super. She doesn't like it, but you
My
see.
mouse ain't working. Can somebody post that last comment so everybody?
Oh, hold on.
Why you not going to say?
Oh, my bad. Let me go back to the last comment.
Talking about the mind readers.
Oh, why you not going to say nothing? That's crazy. Women not mind readers. So in other words,
when I mention the word listen, I already said, I done said it 30 times, and I done tried to say it nicely 29 different times. It ain't till a man talk to you crazy, raise his voice, and become aggressive that the listening ears go on. So it ain't about reading my mind. It's already done said it 30 times. But every time I say it, it's met with a rebuttal that has nothing to do with what I just said. You talking about, well, you did this last week. That ain't even what we talking about right now.
And this is my problem.
Sounds like you're dealing with somebody that don't know how to communicate.
Right.
Then if that is how the response, if that's what the response is.
If
the person is
too,
not taking accountability in any way, shape, or form in what you are saying or what you're trying to convey to them, then they're selfish and they're not trying to hear you.
But here's the point. The truth of the matter is, and I'm gonna just put this in perspective for y'all, for ladies. Be honest. The relationship is only in jeopardy when y'all not happy.
No.
No. The relationship is only
I disagree.
in jeopardy. That's why we've been having these conversations, because women want this. Women want that. Women not happy with this. Men need to have
You don't
this.
think a woman thinks her relationship is not in jeopardy if she finds out her husband is cheating or her man is cheating? Like,
guess what? Let's be totally honest. How many women that you might know, and maybe they might do it self-reflecting like later on, but if they say, you know what, for everything that you could say, you know what, maybe I could have done this better. Maybe I could have done that better. Maybe I could have dressed up. Maybe I could have, been more soft. She's going to say, I work too hard. I help pay all these bills. I do. For everything that you might give her, that's why he was saying we don't have a voice. Because everything is, well, you just not me and the man. You ain't happy. That's something wrong with you. Because I do what I'm supposed to do. Truth of the matter is, relationships only really in jeopardy. We can be unhappy like a motherfucker, right, D? We hang out. We won't know. You won't know until, hey, man, I'm getting these divorce papers. You won't know.
Something is the form of, is it a reasonable form of unhappiness? Is it because, now, y'all probably gonna get on me for saying this.
Go ahead.
Before you say that, I want to be clear. This is not a man versus woman.
Right, it's not.
I respect your position, Sheila. I'm not saying you saying anything wrong.
Yeah,
I just think that's the majority of women.
Yeah, I just want
I think you are one of the exceptions.
Right.
So go ahead, continue.
So I think that what I was about to say is that I think sometimes it can be perceived that way if and it's, again, not the man versus woman thing, but if what the man is unhappy about, if it's reasonable or unreasonable. Because
who are you to say if it's reasonable or it's not? And truth of the matter is, we don't even here's the thing about us men. We're logical. We know it's gonna be times that we ain't gonna be happy.
So I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out if my man is unhappy. Me asking him that question, he don't want to talk right now. He don't want to be bothered right now. So as a woman, I have to know when it's okay to speak to him and when it's okay not to ask that question. I gotta wait a week or two for him to calm down.
Sometimes,
but listen, because in some cases it may not be this situation, but I've experienced it where I knew my guy wasn't happy. I knew something was wrong. I walk in the house, I could tell the energy is off, and baby, what's wrong? No.
I'm gonna give you an answer to
that. Because sometimes men do that. Nothing.
You're right. I do. I'm gonna give you an answer to it. Just
At
like you
what
want,
point? At
just
what
like
point?
you want us.
Let her talk. Let her talk. Let her talk. Hold on, Brick. Hold on, Brick.
At what point is a woman supposed to know that, you know, because I'm coming in a respectful manner.
Absolutely.
I'm coming in a concerning manner.
Mhm.
I'm coming trying to fix the problem or the issue. I don't want him to be mad at me. I don't want him to be upset.
Let me answer, B.
So I'm trying to fix this, and I'm hearing or I'm met with nothing. I'm good. I'm straight.
Sometimes when you ask that question, you are the problem. But I don't know how to communicate to you in that point because I feel like he just explained, that I'm not going to be heard. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to say something.
Is that
when
reasonable?
I'm going to say it? Let me finish. I'm just telling you, that's not who I am. Because I'm going to say what the fuck I need to say. But for most men, you're going to get what Buddy got. But the reason why I identify that with that is because sometimes you can say, and, you know, I know how to talk how I know how to talk. And I'll give you, this is how I talk before I say it. So you don't take, you know, it sounded some kind of way or, you know, whatever that is. However, like I said, I think you are the exception when it comes to communication. But I think a lot of women assume that they are good communicators because what happens is I asked him what's wrong and he didn't tell me. But because he didn't do what you wanted him to do in the moment in which you was willing to listen, you shut down. So you don't ask no more questions. You don't do no extra. Like, I know something wrong with him. I'm going to put this dreads up in the ponytail tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, this might not, you know, get him to talk, but it might get him to relax to the point where he's ready to talk.
Right. I'm gonna say this. I had a situation similar like this. I think I told y'all, me going through the things that I was going through and just understand, even when I was just telling y'all my story, right? The aftermath now. Superman ain't never been hurt. Superman ain't never been, now I got kryptonite, got insecurities, and I'm wilding. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, who are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And I'm checking myself. And it's asked, like, yo, like, what's that about? At the time, I'm trying to self-correct myself. I don't need you to be in my ear because I already feel stupid. I already feel crazy, and I'm trying to figure out. Give me a moment. You understand what I'm saying? This ain't, and this is not me dismissing you. This is, the good thing about me, I'm at the age where I was able to articulate that to say, listen, I don't even have an answer why I did what I did. You understand what I'm saying? This is new to me. I guess it's called being in your feelings, ill, but you understand what I'm saying? But guess what? Once I identified it and I understood, now for me as a man being logical, if I get any of that feeling, I know what to do. You understand what I'm saying? But if you ain't been in that position in a basketball game like that before, then it's different. That's pressure. You understand? So my response to your answer is sometimes, like y'all want us to do the extra, take him out of this element. You know what I'm saying? On a Tuesday or Wednesday, say, baby, what you doing? Like, don't wait till the game. Say, hey, listen, be already dressed. Say, hey, I done ironed your clothes. Let's go to Dave & Buster's. Let's go somewhere. Let's go out to eat. Like, what's wrong? Oh, no, let's just go out to eat. And while you out to eat, you just talking and you look so handsome. You know, tell him about your day. Then ask him.
Love on that goddamn man.
Listen, baby, I'm really concerned. Like, what's going on? I can't go nowhere without you.
Some men don't even know how to receive that. Like, do y'all understand that?
If you're right, but give him a moment. Give him a moment to sit in that. The problem is, we want answers right then and there. Give him a moment because you're right. As I'm gonna be honest with you, as cocky as I am, sometimes I really don't know how to take compliments. When people say I'm handsome, like I know I'm handsome, but when people say it, I be feeling like, ugh. I don't know why it's things weird, but I know I'm the shit. But anyway, Yeah, it's just those things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just being vulnerable. I was just, I was laughing. I was watching the thing by Allen Iverson, right? So he was like getting emotional. He was like, "Man, I love Shaq. Like, I love him." And I was saying, it's funny. Why do we gotta? The older we get, we can be vulnerable and emotional. Like, it's cool now.
Because you don't realize that the bullshit early on was some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with me telling you I love you.
Yeah.
Maturity. That's what it is. It's maturity.
But again, I think a lot of the baggage that women carry is from a nigga who was like 19 years old.
And you deal with the ain't-ish nigga, and that ain't everybody.
Like, he was 19, and you was expecting a 45-year-old communicating grown-ass man, and he ain't had the tools yet.
And I think it's vice versa with women.
I say it's human behavior. It ain't man versus woman. It's human behavior.
Yeah.
You don't know, he don't know.
Listen.
But for some reason,
we
always at the top of the goddamn trophy stand as ain't shit. When I know it's a bunch of you supposed to be up there too.
Listen, I make
Bunch
jokes
of y'all
all the time.
Supposed to be on that top pedestal.
I make jokes all the time with my little high school ex girl, Mac. Think about how me and Mac used to be in high school.
Round one, fight.
Listen, but when I say a whole different person, just a good person and just mature, nigga, we used to be in that. Hey, you understand what I'm saying?
Hands
it
on.
really is about it. Really
hands
is
on training.
Yeah. Hey, dog, get in the car. Get in the car.
I'm in the middle of all the kind of bullshit.
Hey man, go to the next. Go to the next video. Oh, Sheila, I see it in you.
How about you help me find a husband?
It ain't the oldest, it ain't the youngest. It's the treatment. It's not the oldest, Amber. It's not the good-looking one, Amber. It's not the one got money, Amber. It's the one honest.
And not too many of them honest nowadays.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's some good men out there. But what it is now, it's the women. It ain't the men no more. The women going bad. The women's going bad. It ain't the men's now. It's the women done gone bad.
You gonna flip the script on us?
Yeah, it's the women done gone.
You a woman yourself.
I'm a woman myself, but I don't do half the things I see these women do now.
They don't care no more.
Because that's when the men don't respect them. That's why. Let me tell you something, Amber. You got to give a man respect to get respect. You know what I'm saying? You got to give your husband respect to get respect. Because as long as you respect him, ain't too much he gonna do wrong.
How about?
Amen.
I love that. I love that video.
Hey. Because
One of the
again,
craziest-
that's how men communicate with other men. It's always based off respect.
Yeah.
So that's the way we wire. So when you become disrespectful, that's when the communication ends. Because men walk up to other men and just start having conversation, and it could be about sports, napkins, cigars. It don't matter. And as long as you never violate the respect level, eventually though, like, we may not be friends, but we can be cordial and speak to each other all the time.
Every day.
We don't tolerate disrespect. So the facial expressions, hand gestures, the loud just running off at the mouth, the ignoring of what I said. Because if you give respect to a man, because the softer you are, the less ego and aggression you gonna deal with from that man. Because it's like you talking to your grandma again. When your grandma say, boy, let me talk to you. When your mama say, boy, let me talk to you. You the most humblest young man. You could be 80 years old. But if your mama sit down and tell you some shit, as a man, you listen and respect what she's saying. But you see how she talking? It's calm. It's wisdom included. It ain't nothing diabolical about the response, her tone, her everything to reach a man is how your grandma did things.
Mm-hmm.
So again, when you carry that baggage from the relationship you had when you was 19, 22, 25, and now you meet a man in your 40s and you haven't dealt with all of the bags that you carrying, you dump those on the dude who don't deserve to be carrying them.
Right.
So even when we say something, if you still operating under the, like she said, there ain't no good men out here. If you looking for a man and you already have the understanding that it ain't no good ones, what you think you gonna come out with?
I just want to say one thing, and I'm gonna let
Go ahead.
I just want to put it in perspective. I just want to just drop a little jewel for y'all. Women, if you have a man and when you're with him, you're out in the streets and you feel safe, meaning like you know for a fact that he got you. If anything go right, because typically as men, for our women, our mindset, we'll die for you. So understand why being respected is that much important to us. You understand what I'm saying? Because some women they got you. They won't even go to jail for it. You understand what I'm saying? When you got your man that he would die for you, and you around here talking about you got to earn my respect. Why I got to earn your respect? Why you with me then? That's crazy. It's the same as women say, I need to, in order for me to be submissive, you got to do this. What are you talking about?
You either submissive or you ain't.
Yeah, it's a natural.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird when they say these things. So
now I got an audition for you to see if you submissive, and that's only best case scenario. Because the minute I stop doing what you think I should do, then you ain't gonna be submissive no more.
I know, and I done put miles on that.
So you either submissive or you're not.
Now I done got miles.
I'm gonna have some bad days, but if I have a bad day and you meet me with child, please, argue with yourself.
Sheila?
I think submission is a natural thing. It's not something that has to be worked on. And if the respect is there, I think, it's easy for a woman to submit to her man. And I feel like submission is on both ends. It's not just a woman submitting to a man.
Yes.
We both have to submit to each other.
Hey, when you got a man who committed to you, willing to fill in the gaps where you short and stand up for you when you can't.
Right.
That's it. Once he started doing that, he already submitted.
He's submitting. It's different.
Like
I don't think it's supposed to look exactly the same either. Yeah. But I don't think it's supposed to look the same.
If we both doing the same thing, it's like if you establish a business, why would I recruit somebody who got the same skill set that I have?
Right.
That don't make no sense. I got this part. I need somebody else to do the other part.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times all that, I go to work too and I make money too. Man, most grown men don't care nothing about that.
Right. Like if a woman is saying that,
huh?
I feel like if a woman is saying that to a man, if they're constantly bringing up what they do, there's something wrong somewhere, because it's not a competition. It should be a joint effort, and it should be no comparison.
That's a learned behavior,
right?
It should not be.
Ladies, a lot of times
is to be independent. They're not taught how to be in a relationship. They're not taught how to be submissive, and they have never seen it. So if we understand what the single parent rate is, then we know if you came from a single parent household, you might not even understand how to treat a man, because what your mama gave you was what she was doing. And if she ain't married, the cycle is vicious.
I say this all the time. I've been in the rooms with again, our counterparts, couples. I have seen the husband act a total ass, and the wife sat there and said, okay, baby, we'll talk about this later. You're right. Well, if it was the other person, who you just adding fuel to the fire. I don't think a lot of women
Are you
understand.
saying like white and black?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But it's to the point, not saying they're better or not. What he's to the point that he's saying a lot of white couples,
She not like that.
a lot of white people are predominantly married. They're groomed to, you know what I'm saying? They're married. So it's a culture thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good or bad thing. It's a culture thing. And to the point that I was making is words have power. A lot of women don't understand that if I'm up, all you got to do is just say, baby, I'm not your enemy. I'm not your enemy. Like, you know, maybe I shouldn't have said it like this, or maybe blah, blah, blah. I'm not your enemy. Because again, sometimes we get in our, you gotta speak to that. You gotta speak to the little boy in him sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? You literally have to do that. You literally have to be able to calm him. And I think that's the issue that we are having. When y'all first audition and y'all get us, y'all do all these things. Y'all do all these things. And then it's like y'all forget. Or it wasn't really real. That's the question that we have in now.
And I'm gonna be on Sheila's side for a second for the ladies. We as men have to also stop the bullshit, for lack of better terms. Because sometimes,
like that's why you met with I work too. Well, you know, like.
But that's different though. Because some women sign up only because of the salary.
Oh well, yeah.
So and I've been asking this question to myself lately because I see a bunch of stuff online. Is it more important about this? Kendra G is a perfect example. Right. You see people go on here and they only talk about the salary. So is the salary more important than the actual man himself and the character of a man? Or is it based off solely about how much he make first? And I think that's where you go wrong because you're trying to attach yourself to a lifestyle. But you have to, if you really understand, if I'm a rich dude or even a 6-figure dude, and I know the majority of the women out here are looking for me.
I ain't dealing with
and I know it ain't but a few of me.
I ain't dealing with it.
You ain't gonna talk to me any kind of motherfucking way.
And most guys, if you want me to be honest, most of those guys that have the salary or the means, they are not the relationship in love, I love you, I respect you type of people because
they business minded.
They don't move based on that, move based on money. And I think women that are attached
convenience, it's convenience and business minded. Mm-hmm. Because you don't get the 6 figures with the home
and like, be home.
His mindset is focused on business and progress.
Right.
So the only way you are valuable is if you allow me to continue to progress. For those type of men who think that way, you are only valuable if it fits into the plan that he has set for himself. Why? Because he has been working hard. He done went to school, or he been starting from the ground up building his business. He don't have time to process how you feel.
And they also can replace women. They also have a thing with replacing women.
And it ain't even about replacing women. We will replace you if your ass can't get in line.
If it's an inconvenience.
So if that's what you really want, you also have to understand, I don't give a shit where you went to work at. Tell your boss you need to leave early because I got to make sure the dude who take care of me is straight. But you ain't going to do that.
Yeah.
So We understand most women ain't gonna do it.
What?
Your man be second to your job, and if you got kids, he third. He might even be fourth if you selfish, because it's you, your job, the kids, and then the nigga you with. Let's be honest. So when you go to spilling that where you went to work at and how much money you make, most men gonna be like, "You sexy, but I see you."
Yeah.
And we might even entertain you temporarily because we still want to do what we want to do. Right. And part of some people images, hey, I'm gonna bring a bad chick with me to dinner. We gonna eat good. I'm gonna knock off later. But if she don't get in line with how I'm moving, she could be gone too. Mm-hmm. That is a 6-figure rich nigga mentality. Yeah. If you can't deal with that, find you somebody who don't make 6 figures, who wanna be with you, right, and wanna build with you. Otherwise, you wasting your goddamn time.
I had an unrealistic conversation the other day. It was a girl I used to mess with. We friends now. She just went through a divorce for 25 years, right? And you know, I told her, like, as we were talking, she good people, still good people, but she triggered me because she said, I was asking her, you know, what was going on, what happened, because she's been with the dude for a long, long time. Like, even before they got married, when she was messing with me, she was with a dude. Another story for herself. But good dude. You caught that, Sheila. Real good dude. But she said the reason why she got a divorce was, number one, she said she wasn't happy. So I was like, you wasn't happy? Like, what's going on? Like 25 years, like you just, and she said, I felt like I was for everyone. So I paused for a minute. So I said, you felt like he was, no, she said, I felt like he was for everyone. So I was like, what do you mean you felt like he was for you? I said, what you mean? Like he was cheating? Like he had a lot of women? She says, no, like I didn't feel special between my mom, his mom, and our kids. I was, yes, ma'am. I was, God. Let me get back on track.
What my dog thought so. But I agree with you. It was necessary. But my mouth
but basically,
keeping you on track, that's all.
Basically, she went to what she was explaining to me, that she just felt she didn't feel special in between those people. So I said, well, what do you mean? She says, I want to be to the point I want to be exclusive. I want to be his world. I said, but you were. She says, well, I didn't feel like that. I said, well, what did you want? She says, I want somebody to be insanely crazy about me. So I said, so let me break this down. The expectations or the thought process of what you want, do you understand the characteristics that come with that? I said, that comes with crazy. That comes with deranged, demanding, inclusive. He don't want you to go nowhere. You can't have no friends. You in the car talking about, and she was like, yeah, I wanted that, but not too much. And right then and there, that is the mindset of a lot of women. So I said, so you left a 25-year marriage because the man that you had was basically being being the person for everybody, in which it made it easy for you, because these people would have came to you. He protecting you. He got you. So she was like, well, you know, she said she had a brain aneurysm or something. She had to have surgery. So I was like, I'm sorry. So she says, I felt like even when that happened, he didn't respond the right way. So I said, well, what was it? I said, well, he wasn't there. She said he was there, but, you know, he like kind of took the kids. I said, so let me stop.
He was being a parent and a husband and working and, yeah, damn.
I said, have you ever thought that maybe, I need you to understand, for men, we don't really know how to express our emotions? That scared the shit out of him.
Let me see.
You understand what I'm saying? That's like to his core, and he didn't know how to process that. And he know your mama got like he got you, but he needed a moment.
And
you understand?
Was panicking.
And I said, could he have that? And she said, yeah, I just couldn't. I know reality, that's what it was, but I couldn't get past that. And it's like, that's the delusion.
So you don't live in reality.
And I'm like, you happy for right now. But here's the kicker. Probably get back together like in the next 2 or 3 years. I said, oh, that's what you believe.
You just want to get out here and you see what's happening.
You really believe that the person that you was with for 25 years gonna
double fat after you said you needed a break? We know what the break mean. You just want to hunch that man at work. That's what I'm going with.
Listen, I mean, I don't know. I just, for me,
just trying to do it with a clear conscience. You want that dude at work.
And for me, it's like make it make sense. I just didn't. But at that moment of time, this is the world we live in today. Everything is about if it doesn't feed my ego or it doesn't make me happy in this moment.
I just call it best case scenario.
But my thing is, don't get married.
Scenario.
Again, but don't get married. You understand what I'm saying? Just don't just date and keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying?
But that's what you say when you 2 years in, 25 years in. She wanted to hunch that little dude at the job. She thought the grass was greener, but she know it ain't. She just want to see, and that's why she's saying in 2 or 3 years. And she know in 2 or 3 months she want to go back, but she can't make it seem that way. So she got to wait 2 or 3. Hey man, find somebody to play with. We ain't slow.
Very selfish.
Out of here.
Selfish.
We ain't slow.
And I'm gonna go to the next video because I can't talk about this no more.
I gotta use the restroom.
Smart.
Yes, sir.
Right. I love that.
Shut up, Sheila.
You paying attention. That's right. That's right, Questa.
Next video. Golly.
I did some research. I found out that most women never marry the man they really want to be with. Oh, I'm about to mess up the church's money, ain't it? Let me tell you, this is how I figured it out. Let me tell you something you've never heard a man say since you've been alive. You've never heard a man say this since you've been on this planet. You've never heard a man say, she grew on me. But every woman knows a woman who would say in front of the man she loved, committed to God, financed the wedding and his family. When I first met him, he was not my type at all. He was short. He was going bald. He had little small hands. I don't like men with small hands, but I mean, eventually he grew on me.
That's because men love and women use.
I'm not going to necessarily say that.
We don't use.
I will say I don't think I fit that category. That's like I've heard people say stuff like that, but I heard them say things like not to that extent, but I think kind of like the kind of guy that I was liking is totally, it's totally different. It's what I need, more settled, more mature, more, than,
Right.
Yeah. Like in the past, I used to help people get married, boy. Like, yeah, it's the devil. A little bit. I'm gonna let you. We're gonna redo it because I'm about to mess up again. Go ahead.
I did some research. I found out that most women never marry the man they really want to be with. Oh, I'm about to mess up the church's money, ain't it? Let me tell you, this is how I figured it out. Let me tell you something you've never heard a man say since you've been alive. You've never heard a man say this since you've been on this planet. You've never heard a man say, she grew on me. But every woman knows a woman who would say in front of the man she loved, committed to God, financed the wedding and his family. When I first met him, he was not my type at all. He was short. He was going bald. He had little small hands. I don't like men with small hands, but I mean, eventually he grew on me.
That's because men love and women use.
He got hurt because that's the women love to. We do. And both of y'all have experienced that. Yeah. We do. We love. I think we live in a day and time now where women use because women have been used. So now what you guys are seeing or what the world is seeing.
19-year-old ass nigga still got you out here thinking grown ass men act like 19-year-old boys. And some of us do, however, wrong answer.
I'm just saying that's what it is right now. I'm tired.
I mean, but come on. I think also too at the time, a lot of men say, because I used to say a lot of stuff.
Hey, when y'all stop living? When y'all stop loving? What happens when y'all stop?
When your needs are not, or something that makes you not happy.
For me, I stopped loving when I kept getting lied to. So like when the cycle kept repeating itself. So you know.
Be quiet, girl. We don't want to hear what you're talking about right now.
Why? Because he asked my opinion.
No, not you, boo. I'm talking about her.
Oh, wait. What'd she say? Men can grow on women because we are emotional beings.
We don't do that. See, I like you or I don't, or I like you a little bit, or I don't like you that much. Like, I ain't doing all that.
What's wrong with us saying like he grew on me? Because you guys usually pick, well, maybe not now.
We pick what we like
from the physical sense, right?
Y'all go listen. Here's
women
the thing. Y'all get what y'all like.
Sometimes women will go with who treats them well.
Bullshit.
And
bullshit.
Why not? There's some women out here with ugly parts.
Women go with. I'm gonna just say this. The reason why all these women be hurt because they go by things that's not important. They go by things that's basically, again, what makes them feel. Oh, girl, he got a nice car. Oh, girl, you make this. Oh, girl, he a good man. Oh, girl, you don't know nothing about this man.
Our younger selves did that. The little
no. Listen. I had women previously be the same thing, and then before I know it, it's like, oh, I like he just again remember the toxic. Know why I was toxic? Because a lot of women like that. A lot of women used to like, hey man, don't play with me. Like for real, like, oh, you finna go out? And I used to be like, hey, I go out, but you can't go out. And be dead serious. I see you at that club, dead ass. Are you serious? I'm dead. Oh, I'm at the club. You just spent your 20, like you don't came here for nothing. I done had my drinks. I'm finna take you home, pipe you down. I'm finna go back to the club though.
I'm gonna speak on that. Completely opposite. Completely opposite for me. I'm gonna let you do what you want to do, so I can see if I fit into that. I ain't telling you what to do. I ain't telling where you could go. None of that. I ain't even popping up where you at. Once I figure out that we on two separate paths, good luck. I ain't doing none of that. None of that. I ain't telling you none of that. But I'm glad you said what you said, because there's a difference.
How you see.
You got to know who you're dealing with, because who he talking about is his toxic self.
Yeah, that I was real.
And that's why I say there's a type that does.
So you have to women have to identify.
Yeah.
You can't keep making it man's responsibility to treat you, or you just gonna give a sermon every Sunday by how he's supposed to treat you, when you know damn well that ain't how you being treated. Yeah. But a lot of y'all stay for the convenience, for the salary. It ain't got shit to do with no love, because you knew you been out of love with him, but you can't afford to move on. Let's stop capping.
And right there, that is the diabolical part.
In that lifestyle, but I don't
every day laying in bed with him. Hold on, top. Y'all saw the Jackie Christie thing, right? Ooh, get past that. Like, listen, Doug got to be some kind of special kind of angel, because there's no way in nigga I would have held all that. And me and Chris Webber would have had to, we would have had to see each other. Like,
the only way y'all would have heard about the story because I got arrested.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And the story came out after I got arrested. That's why
Can I ask y'all something? Why is it such a big thing or so different? Because it's Jackie Christie, and I'm not trying to do the tit for tat. I'm just trying to bring some understanding, because men do it to women all the time. It's just we rarely ever see or it ever unfolds the way that it unfolded with Jackie Christie.
I'm gonna answer it. When men cheat, preferably, it's not
cheating, or you talking about
cheating?
The whole thing
where she cheated. She had a baby that she knew was not his baby, and she let him raise that baby and let him provide.
Hold on. So she's saying like having an outside kid and don't say nothing and take care of the kid and all that.
Right.
But here's my thing. Okay. It's different because first and foremost, it's not personal. That's that's the difference between being loyal and being faithful. He ain't faithful, but he loyal. So he's still going to take care of his responsibility. She purposely it looked like she got a simp and went to the dude and say, hey, we're going to work this out. I know you ain't ready to settle down. And and I don't want to be hurt.
I don't think he's a simp. I think he's a good dude. I just
think he ended up. I need you to understand. He was gonna believe everything she said. He even said it in the thing. Like, look, it was things that I questioned, but what did he say? I was still just being a good man and a good husband, and I just stuck to that. Period. Point blank.
And also understand, ladies, that happened to young men at 13, 14, 15. Mm-hmm. So understand, when that happened to you early, it's on and popping. You hear me? So if you meet that man after that first girl done that thing to him, you finna get it done to you. And the next one, and the next one, and the next one, until you mature to the point where you just ain't trying to cause destruction no more, or you finally find your conscience. From 13 to goddamn 40, chances are you finna meet some bullshit.
Listen, it's emotional. Think about it. He has raised this child, even though no matter what, that's still his child. But in my mind, this is my child. Now this person that I raised at 20-something years old is not biological mine.
Yeah, that's
mentally. Hey. Think about it. And the other person been coming to my house and Uncle Chris.
Yeah, that like Harold coming around my family for 20 years. And then I found out that my child is really his child. Ain't no show, man.
What you talking about?
Ain't no show. Ain't no show. Like, there's no way. If you say you my dog and you know this, right, and you take me up and through that for 20 years,
just wrong.
Ain't no show.
And things that she benefited off of.
I know, and that's why
understanding of who she is as a woman.
But she should have been on the show NBA Action. Huh. Not NBA Wives, or what they call Basketball Wives. She could have been Basketball Live.
Now you old, washed up, broke whole baby mama, like
with all them necks.
Yeah,
she got like 3 rows right under there. Start acting like y'all just because you got money don't mean money don't make you a bad bitch, boy.
Decency.
You was in the locker room too long. We got to stop acting like everybody act like ladies out here. We got to stop that.
Right. They don't.
So based off how this is supposed to start, when it comes to protecting a woman,
Yeah.
you got to actually be a woman first.
Yeah.
And we can't keep acting like just because you're a female
Right.
that you act and behave like a woman.
And you got red bottoms, and that
I'm
means
only willing to sacrifice myself for an adult woman. I can't. If you still arguing and talking shit to a grown man like you could whoop him, what am I getting involved in that for?
she was controlling him, dog. But we understand why she was controlling him.
Mm-hmm.
We understand why she was. Ain't nobody was checking for Doug. You know
I
what I'm saying?
do feel like she used him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody was checking for him.
and all of these people who, when it ain't beneficial to them no more, he was such a bad dude, or whatever the case may be. So it's hard when you put yourself in certain situations with somebody who have assets, and then when it don't benefit you no more, you was abused, you was too young, why this old man doing this, and all of these things. But the good dudes who really exist, that's why it's hard to find them, because we all start out as good dudes for the most part.
Villain story.
But when you start with the bullshit, we learn from y'all.
Hey, even Shaq. Like, again, we know Shaq is Shaq. You understand what comes along. The fact that, and my thing is, even if you felt like that, you didn't have to say that. When she said, "Oh, I don't think I ever was in love," so you done had 3 kids from this dude, and he took care of 1 kid that's not his, and you got a nerve to say you don't think you was in love. Like, for me, again, there's a level of respect, because you wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for that man. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter about what he did, what he didn't do. That's between y'all. He has admitted that. But it's like, it's just weird behavior for me, man. It just is.
And again, when somebody, some woman somewhere gonna try to make a comparison. Do men exhibit the same behavior? It's not the same, because it ain't like, you know what I'm saying, he lied to you for 20 years. Because most of y'all ain't gonna let it go 20 days. Like, oh, she gonna know you got my baby. You ain't gonna come over here and check on us. You ain't gonna do this. Y'all ain't going 20 years with allowing the other woman to not know that you exist. And you got a child.
We got Nick Cannon baby. We got one of Nick Cannon baby mamas talking about he ain't seen his baby in 2 weeks. Baby, he got what, 10 of them? That wasn't in the contract. You cut the check.
And he probably told you to come to the compound, but you didn't want to go. But you knew it was a compound when you was laying on your back. But you thought you was special, which is what most women think they are. Everybody think they beautiful. Everybody think they deserve. And I ain't trying to be that guy. But, you know, let's tone it down. Just drive in your lane. It's 3 lanes on the highway. It's a fast lane, the middle lane, and the slow lane. Just know where you're supposed to be at. Everything gonna keep flowing if you know where you're supposed to be at. But you in the middle lane jamming all kind of traffic up, thinking you somebody you're not.
Feeling good about yourself.
So again, going back to the man with the salary and the 6 figures and the 6 feet, and he handsome and he do know what he doing when y'all go to the house, and you just want him to be for you. And you think you so motherfucking cute, you ain't gotta do nothing. Child, please. That's why them side chicks be ugly, because they'll do whatever you tell them to do.
With the aesthetics.
Shit, he ain't got no part. It's food around there, her mouth open. You need something for lunch, you need gas money, all that. But your pretty ass around there just soaking up the air condition, talking shit, being treated like a queen, and still don't appreciate that man. Child, please find somebody to play with.
Next video.
I said it. Find somebody else to play with. You ain't that goddamn fine. Till you could be talking to a man all kind of crazy ways, attitude all the time, and he got to ask for some head.
Next video, please.
Sweet tea, like,
No,
real.
you're right. No.
cheating real bad. She's had 9 years. He only cheated twice. Girl, take that man back. It's okay. Oh, it's gonna cheat. They gonna do that. They gonna do that.
That's why I said it's a wrong.
Back,
this is actually the two wrong people to ask. Because I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to send these young girls down this path. But
it's 2 different paths they could take. I'm gonna tell them the 2 paths. I'm gonna let Summer go.
No, you go.
No, you go.
Well,
give her the advice. Summer.
I mean,
what you
because
think?
people shouldn't be accepting that. But you are right. Like literally, 2 times is nothing. But friend, we can't sound like this. We have to work on ourselves and accept better.
But if you get with the next dude, they gonna cheat too. And it's like I should have just stayed with my last.
No,
cheater.
I totally agree with you. They're all off, and there's like they're not. They all act like that. But but there's some people. That's why I never say it because there's some people who genuinely feel like there's some men who don't cheat, and they'll argue you down about that, and then they'll make it be like, oh, y'all
niggas be cheating like.
No,
real,
you're right. No, you're
cheating
right.
real bad. She's had 9 years. He only cheated twice. Girl, take that man back.
I want to say this right quick, and then y'all go. That's the perfect example of a broke clock can be right twice in the day. A broke clock can be right twice in the day. Absolutely.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Logically, go ahead.
If that's what every woman believe anyway.
Logically,
if that's what you believe, because most, like going back to the other video, if you believe it ain't no good men out here, if you believe every man doing the same thing, when y'all gonna just be okay with it? If that's what you believe anyway.
Here's my question.
It ain't been changed since the beginning of time. So if you feel that way.
My question to them when she gave a rebuttal, okay, tell me somebody who you personally know that didn't. Okay, go ahead.
Unicorn.
Absolutely. What you said, baby? I don't believe that. Okay, true. I got you. Can't give me proof.
Tell me 3 niggas' name. We gonna call them right now.
Yeah. We got proof that Jesus rose and
you got proof?
No, no. They literally had proof to showing
I read it. I ain't never seen
it. In the tomb where chronologically they had people they wrote that say they saw him the next day after he died. They literally saw him.
Who?
So,
who? What that name is?
Dog. I mean I can look it up and I can show you.
My Lord ain't got nothing to do with this. We talk about what
my point is if I can get people who actually
to say that a man don't cheat.
No, meaning prove it. I mean, we all make statements. There's a lot of women say they don't do a lot of stuff.
Lying like yeah. Until you meet that dude.
I swear to God, this your baby. That's why Maury made so much money.
That show was on TV for a long time.
Long time.
Every day. Monday through Friday.
And it was majority us.
Every day. Put your running shoes on. Why? You'll see. And they dumbass go running just like
fake tears and all. It's three dudes on the stage.
Do you know who the daddy is? So I have a question going back to this video.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with what Sexy Red said, or like I'm trying to understand what y'all was
okay, so this is my personal opinion. I don't believe in monogamy, and I'm going to explain why. I believe in monogamous moments. No, real talk, and I'm gonna explain.
Don't mind me.
I'm gonna explain. It's almost kind of like saying there are people out here that don't lie. You lying. It's just inherently in us as men. Even when we came up, even in Bible times, we had 3 and 4. Even us coming up, the testosterone level. That's why when they use the word when you become married, you start gaining weight and you know what I'm saying, because your testosterone level goes down. but it's in us.
Why is that?
And it ain't really. And the truth of the matter is, it's not personal. A lot of times, it's kind of like when people be what's the word? When people do crimes, a lot of it is based off what? It's based off opportunity. Most men wouldn't be like, "Oh my God, my husband would never cheat." Okay, catch him at a Christmas party, my love. Catch him at a Christmas party. Catch him at a Christmas party. Back in the days, how many times when we used to every Friday when I used to work for the state attorney's office and used to work for and we used to go to Los Olas, dog. How many times we used to see different people that was married? A lot of times it's about opportunity. I'm not saying I don't mean like a continuous, but I'm just saying eventually, after a while, it just happens. I mean, again, it's not personal, but after a while, man, he just sitting down. Somebody you might be looking at Oscar like, man, ain't nobody want my husband. It just takes for that one little woman that see that little thing in him, he get that little glimmer in his eyes. He start feeling like how he used to feel, how he used to make him feel. And before you know, he going to, where you going, baby? I'm going to the gym. Look at him, he's so cute. Yeah. Then you find out I can't let you mess up my household.
And I'm gonna just say this again. The question was, do we believe what Sexy Red said? My response is, if you believe that men ain't shit, or you believe that men value coochie a lot, evaluate yourself.
Yeah.
Are you showing up like a side chick, or are you showing up like a married chick? There's a very distinct difference in how the performance is initiated, executed, all of that.
Right. But also to real quick, to just real quick, it's also about maturity too. I'm gonna say this. You know, me saying my stories, to me, it's my mind. I don't have it in me now. You understand what I'm saying? Back then, I was, like I said, I was a different kind of person. That's when I was looking for validation. I was doing certain things. Now, it ain't even like, no chick might flirt. Now, I might laugh and giggle, but I know I ain't even got the know how to put in work. What I just said about you, no.
No.
You understand what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah, no. I got too much going on.
Get home safe, baby.
All that. Yeah.
Get home safe.
I mean, you know, thank you, baby. I might go home and tell a story to let you know that nigga, I still got it. Don't get comfortable. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I ain't really. I'm too mental, man. Like, for real.
When you get older, when you get as a man get older,
yeah,
you can't just be fine.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
That's it. And you need something.
And that come with not good conversation. You talk about stupid stuff.
Your conversation is your cell phone bill, dude. That bitch should have been off. When I met you, it was on. Why you need me to pay it?
Yeah.
Your lights was on when I met you. Why you need me to pay? He gone?
Yeah.
So the reason why I asked that question is because when you look at those two young ladies and what they each stand for and what they promote in their careers and such, but to agree with the comments and what the agenda that they're pushing, most men don't like. We talk all the time about women respecting men, and you got Little Sexy Red and some of the stuff that she says and what she don't, I don't think she believe in, you know, I don't think she believe in respecting a man.
I need people to get to be honest about things. Here's the thing. There are lines and the reason why there are women out here that's hoes. It's okay. Sometime, hopefully, they will get better and they will, but it's women out here that's hoes. There are men out here that just ain't shit. They ain't gonna be shit. They ain't never gonna be shit. There are men who are growing, who are evolving, who are trying to better themselves. There are men out here who are already at that plateau, and certain topics doesn't pertain to them to be having conversation, and that's okay. We need to understand. And I think the conversation that they're having at that age, absolutely, it makes perfectly good sense. You understand what I'm saying? Read the room, baby. The problem is, a lot of men her age, it makes them uncomfortable because she's like, nigga, I'm matching energy. What you mad at? Because I mean, at the same time, you want me to be stupid and dumb about you, but now, nigga, you one of my, you one of my, you one of my little Wayne. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, that's the thing. But but the thing is, we always had them type of women. We had Lena Horne. We had Lil Kim. We had my thing is, I don't like when people we had Trina, like. She just looked a little ratchet.
When women rapping but being hoes until a real hoe showed up. Oh.
That part. And you know who said that? Whatchamacallit said that? Nelly. Nelly said that. People like, don't get mad. Everybody wanted now little sister out here being that person that y'all said. Now y'all feel uncomfortable. Don't get mad. Y'all buying it. And they getting mad at the kids like, oh my God, my kid. You have control over your child, dog. That's it.
I think on top of that, what needs to happen is all women and all men don't fit into every category.
They don't.
Because like you just described, we all have past.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to be judged by your past,
I agree.
Then don't bring your past to me. So you have to be, So I think a lot of times when we have these type of conversations, when it don't apply to you, you loud.
Yep.
But without the understanding that we ain't making this shit up.
Yeah.
So depending on who you talk to and their experiences, you may get somebody to speak from a different perspective. So he done had a toxic lifestyle, and I ain't gonna act like I've been no angel. I was outside. So a lot of times when women be defending themselves, it don't apply to none of my experiences.
Right.
So maybe I have been the exception. Maybe he has been the exception. And there's other men that have dealt with the exception. But I think we are also the men that evolve and work on ourselves. So at some point, if you're going to keep judging me of who I was when I was 19, you wasting your own time, because I've been stopped being 19. So you can't, we not putting everybody in the same category, but we not ignoring that these things exist. The problem is that women are able to blend in a little better because men keep quiet about what they're doing on the side for the most part. We ain't coming to your house, be like, you was with me last night. But women do that. Show up to the wedding. Anybody got anything to say? Yeah. So this what we doing, Leroy? Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what men do. So a lot of times women get to escape with the bullshit they done did.
Right.
If you say something,
I think men are becoming a little bit more boisterous nowadays. They be showing up.
They're males. They're not men.
They be sending videos and putting women on blast.
Yeah, you ain't got to do all that. Like, that ain't even play.
That's corny though. For men and women.
Not men. Yeah, no, I agree.
It'd be corny for men and women. Like, come on, dog. But again, that's the grace women get, because men don't just be out here trying to spray nobody like, oh, boy, I just had your, it happens.
And guess what? I'm mature enough to
say be corny. Women do things that's corny, but you have to, if you want to get better, then you ain't always got a rebuttal for every, perspective that comes to you. So if it don't apply, it may not apply, but don't act like you ain't aware of it. Is all we be trying to say. Like you got a homegirl or a homegirl who got a homegirl who fit the goddamn description. Men wouldn't be cheating if it wasn't no woman who was willing to cheat with him.
Yeah.
Now it's some dudes that like dudes that be cheating weird, then you know what I'm saying? But the reality is, if y'all really stood on what y'all be saying, it wouldn't be nothing for us to do but go home.
It's even weird. It's even women that's saying that they would even deal with a dude that's bisexual.
And everybody in the hole who be with the bullshit either.
Yeah, it's like that. That's
I believe it's some good left, but
absolutely. But here's the thing.
I agree with that.
There's a lot of good men that's out there.
Men and
you
women.
just have to give them grace.
The problem is the good man you talk about don't make 6 figures.
Yeah. Every man.
I don't want no 6-figure dude because I feel like there's a certain type of treatment that comes with that.
It does.
And
you have to understand the man that you have. You might get a man, you might see him like, damn, he's a good, hardworking man. You know, I won't. But then you get with him, you be like, he don't never want to go nowhere. He work all the time. When he get home, I just want to eat my food, watch my TV. Baby, give me a kiss, going out with your girls. I don't want to go. But then women make that a thing. Like, you'll never want to go nowhere. That ain't what you got me for.
Sometimes it's cheaper for me to give you something to go than for both of us to go.
Yeah.
Because I know every time I take you to town be different. When I go eat lunch, it's $10.99. Yeah. I take you to lunch, the shit $75.
Yeah. I like when you come in the house, be like, get up. That joke. Oh no, leave me alone.
we be wanting that sometimes. Like,
hey, you know how like you want to act like
I want to act like I'm asleep too.
Like you want to pull off the like, oh.
Wow.
And if you notice, it don't take long. He already ready.
What you doing? Yeah, what you doing? Wow. But don't have my underwear down to my ankles. I don't like that. Take them all off. Don't have my underwear down to my ankles like I'm a little boy. Take them off. Just leave them like that.
Wake me up, goddammit. Not by slamming the door. Don't turn the light on. None of that. Wake me up. I might not open my eyes, but he up.
Okay, and again, you've been married for a long time, so it looks different for you now. You know what I'm saying? You battle tested.
Heidi.
Listen, you're doing too much.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, listen, see what I'm saying?
Hey, not welcome to our world, goddammit. Them knees be locked. Like, why is you so tense in your sleep like that?
Yeah, no.
Your knees should move when I tap it. Yeah. I gotta damn that grab that bitch and hook it to move it.
Teamwork made the dream work. All right, Auntie.
That's right, Auntie. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you with my story. Sometimes I get, like Vietnam, I get flashbacks. Hey, so we'll end the show on this. Like always, we oh wow.
Ooh, bigger fall.
Anyway,
if I swear to God, if you don't do what you're supposed to do tonight, I ain't gonna talk. I ain't gonna be on here next time.
Anyway,
he better not be sleeping tonight. I know
be
that.
Be easy, Harold. Be easy.
He ain't gonna be sleeping tonight.
Listen, you ain't got HB. You got Harrell. It's different.
Right. You want HB or Harrell? Because you gotta
that was that single nigga.
Hey, and that be the nigga who don't want to go nowhere. That what y'all be screaming 20 to 40 years old. You complain about him always be going.
Okay.
Hey, we're gonna end this show on this note here. Bye, man.
Hey,
say bye, man.
Bye.
Hey, we appreciate y'all for coming through.
Wait a minute, Harrell, what are we doing? I ain't never seen you act like this before, Harrell. Harrell.
Hey man, I got my kid over here. From my fact that we appreciate y'all. We're gonna come back and get back on the regular. Everybody that got everything.
Ooh, that's splash.
For real. I've never seen this before.
Wet.
Damn. Man, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all later, man. Thank y'all.
Oh my God.
Hey, man, tell these people bye.
Good night, y'all.
Hey, Norman, that's your cousin, dog. That's that Jamaican side.
Yes, my youth. Bring your blood clot tonight.
No.
Yes, my youth. Go a long time tonight.
Hey, yes. Yeah.
Bye, man. Tell these people bye.
We did. We said bye.
Cut.
Hey, Ashley. Hey.
Teeth sucking.
My mic ain't working, so I can't stop it.
We are one.